Most old games go to die, but time and time again, gamers try their best to preserve and enhance these older titles to extend their shelf life. If you have the technical know-how, a lot of these games can be enhanced to a point where they become a shiny new experience you get to enjoy again. So let's explore some graphic mods for older games that aim to bring them into the modern era. The original Doom has never looked, felt, and sounded this good. This mix of mods combines Brutal Doom and the enhanced E1 to create a whole new experience. Installing it was super simple with a simple drag and drop into the game files. This and all the mods going forward will also be in the description, of course. This black edition of the Brutal Doom mod is a comprehensive modification of the original mod that introduces more realistic gore, dismemberment, and enhanced enemy AI. It also adds new weapons, animations, and visual effects. All of this combines into a way more intense and immersive experience than I expected. The reason these two mods work together is because Brutal Doom mainly focuses on gameplay, whilst Enhanced E1 focuses on the visuals. Enhanced E1 updates the game with dynamic lighting, 3D floors, and other visual enhancements that bring a really nice modern touch to this classic title. After having some fun running around the first level and killing a bunch of enemies with this mod, I realised how quick and easy this all was to set up, and just how amazing and detailed the mod was. So I looked into other classic retro games you could now update with mods, and that's where I came across TIE Fighter Total Conversion. To say this overhauls the game is putting it pretty lightly. This mod revitalizes the classic game by totally just recreating it inside of the X-Wing Alliance engine. What this means in basic terms is that you get enhanced graphics, improved textures, and modern effects. It doesn't just stop at visuals either, because not only is the original campaign playable in this version, but also there is an expanded version with additional content. To tell you the truth, I've never actually played this game, perhaps because it's a little bit beyond my time, but it doesn't take away the appreciation that I have for the hard work that went into this. I loved the discussion that was in the comments of my remastering old games with texture packs video, and the big question that stuck out was the controversial use of AI to help remaster these older titles. It's super interesting to talk about as the tech is relatively new. I do agree with the sentiment that some of these AI upscales are incredibly lazy and destroy the original art style. However, I don't think this can be said about this mod. Final Fantasy VII SYW is a fan project that aims to upscale the entire game. It to me shows that it's very important on how you use AI, and that can make or break a fan remaster. This specific mod I feel is on par with the RE2 HD project that we explored a bit in the previous texture pack video. This mod nitpicked upscaling techniques to create something that brings out the details of the original background art without killing the art style, or making it look overly sharp or clean. You can get this mod for yourself even if you know zero about modding, as all you need to do is open the mod setup file and point it to your game files when it asks you to. There'll be a shortcut that gets put on your desktop that opens the really user-friendly program for this mod. Here you can tweak a lot of stuff, including the character models that you want to use. There are the original ones, of course, or the Chaos ones, which are a more modern take on the characters. There's also this chibi style if you want them to look closer to the originals. The features of this mod are extensive, but do purely focus on textures, music quality, models, and also a 60 FPS patch. If you want to play or replay this classic over the recent remake, then I don't see why you shouldn't give this a go. I myself recently did a playthrough with this alongside some other mods and really enjoyed it. Now I wanted to step away from crazy overhauls to something a bit more lightweight, and that's when I stumbled across the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 4K texture pack. This one is specifically designed for the 3DS version of the game, which is already remastered to a certain extent. You can try this one out with the Citra emulator. The before and after here are pretty crazy. In my experience, it's not entirely perfect. As you can see here, this red carpet, it kind of gets a weird AI correction look to it. You can tell it's trying its hardest to upscale the symbols, but due to the original texture being so low, it can't quite get it right. This specific instance though can't overshadow the effort that went into this texture pack, because this guy actually reworked the textures by hand in Photoshop by compositing native 4K textures together, like a collage. This approach makes 99% of textures look official, and also keep that original art style really well. It's an entirely new game at this point. Playing this over the original N64 version could be the play if you want to revisit, or you might argue even newer players might find it easier to access with this new modern look. Now I couldn't help but insert this mod into this video, even though it's been talked about quite a bit. The Resident Evil 4 HD project blew my mind when I first saw it a few years back. The best thing about this graphic mod is that it truly feels like a project that was handled with so much love and care for the original. So much so that Capcom officially endorsed it and has pinned it to the Steam community page of the game. The devs of this one actually live in Spain, so they had the perfect chance to go out and find the real locations of the places that Capcom took as reference. Because of this, the textures are as faithful as a fan mod could ever hope to get. Similar to the Final Fantasy mod, this is also super straightforward to install, so anyone can get this up and running really quickly. The original RE4 port doesn't run amazingly on modern hardware either, so the mod actually addresses various bugs it had, whilst also changing some consistencies that were present in the original PC port. These just kind of reassure you that you're going to get a smooth gameplay experience. Exploring all of these mods reminded me of the hard work that fans put in to keep these retro games alive and running, and I highly recommend you guys not only try them out, but let me know in the comments your thoughts on them. And also, if there are any mods here that you love that I haven't talked about here, then I would love to hear about those too. The support on these recent videos has been overwhelming, so thanks to everyone that has watched and subscribed to the channel. If you're not subscribed and you're into retro game content, then maybe consider it. Also, you can now become a member if you want to support me further in making these videos. You'll get early access to every video I make, as well as a shout out at the end of each video. If you enjoy watching me explore some graphic mods, then why don't you check out my other similar videos, such as remastering older games with texture packs, or why you need to try CRT shaders for retro games.